It's that time of year again where we take a breath, look back, and reflect on all that was 2025 in the WWE. A lot of great things. Cena's retirement tour, the tail end of knowing that the end is near for AJ Styles, bunch of returns, bunch of teams we didn't expect, factions galore, so much to talk about. I'm joined as always by my fantastic co-host, Mr. Evan Burke. What's up, buddy?
Happy holidays, my friend. How are you?
Happy holidays. I am doing great, man. I had a great Christmas, hung out with some family. Got the sickness, though, that's going around, being around people.
Yeah, I got hit with it right now, but we're it's the Spandies. Nothing's stopping the Spandies.
Nothing stopping us.
Nothing's stopping the Spandies except maybe some technical difficulties.
Right? Got this brand new shiny program that's giving us fits over here. But I think we're good now.
The world just wants us to do this in person.
They keep. We did record this before the holidays, but it didn't work out.
Yeah.
But before we get into our year-end awards, I just wanted to shout out our growing community on Instagram and YouTube. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I love the community we're growing. I love talking to you guys when you send us DMs, when you talk about our stories, when you interact in the comments. I love it all. Mean, nice, indifferent. I love it. Like John Cena.
I love when they tell us we're wrong.
Love me. Just talk about me, please.
Yeah, I love when they tell us we're wrong.
Speaking of which, one of our videos that went pretty crazy lately is talking about the age problem in WWE. And I just want to say the last quarter of the year, hats off to WWE, really pushing the young stars. I love to see it. Javon Evans getting opportunities, Obafemi getting called up, Trick Williams a free agent, Sol Ruka shining. I enjoy it all.
Yeah, it actually very much has been quite stacked.
Indeed, indeed.
The new talent.
Well, before we get into the Spandies, I got two things I want to go over that really set the tone for the end of 2025 going into 2026. And first off, I want to get your thoughts on, just the big storyline of 2025, the main event, the whole shebang, John Cena's final run. I wanted to get your thoughts on getting taken out by Gunther and just overall feelings of it all.
Oh yeah, I mean it's complicated feelings. John Cena's final match against Gunther was, it hit in a lot of different ways, right? If you're a wrestling fan, then you understand that when someone's retiring after a 25 plus year career, there are certain rituals that are involved with it. One is that you typically go out on your back staring at the lights, right? Basically meaning that you're losing to somebody, putting somebody over. However, there was a lot of promotion put behind this match. There were a lot of casual wrestling fans that watched. There were a lot of people that aren't really wrestling fans that watched just because it was something that was promoted quite heavily. And if you're one of those people, then it was probably underwhelming. You probably didn't appreciate the ending. You probably didn't appreciate the way John Cena went out, the way that Gunther choked him out, because you don't know who Gunther is, and you don't necessarily understand that these are some of the things that are at play. And then to make it even weirder, the crowd boos at the end. The crowd booed the ending. I think that's the piece that kind of doesn't totally sit well with me, is that it's one of the few times in which the crowd was in the moment critiquing the creative.
Yeah, it started a little bit with that for sure when they were booing. I get it. They wanted, that's their guy, Cena. They wanted him to go out, non-traditionally and get a win. But to boo Triple H to his face when he was trying to give the man a montage and a farewell, it was weird.
The way the crowd was booing, again, because we're fans and we understand the fandom of you're watching the product, you're enjoying the writing and the creative behind it all. We understood the booing. We knew exactly where it was directed. But again, if you're somebody that was just tuning in casually, you don't really understand it. And so it maybe doesn't totally land. But when I look back at the run altogether, when I look back at that match, I mean, if I'm Gunther, I mean, God, I'm buying a $3 million house. You know, I'm buying a new car. The company is clearly invested in this guy. They're riding with him for, maybe at least 5 to 10 years. Um, he's got so much heat on him. It's pretty amazing. But there's been a lot of scrutiny against the run in general, like the entire year. I'm pretty sure Bleacher Report gave John Cena's retirement tour an F. They
Got
said
that big old F.
they said that they failed, and I think that's a little harsh because again, when I think about pro wrestling, when I think about how do I want to grade John Cena's retirement run, I'm thinking about playback value. I'm thinking about how does this content hold up in the grand scheme of the history, and there's a lot of great stuff that we got out of this, from the heel turn at Elimination Chamber, the Royal Rumble, him winning the 17th title at WrestleMania, even though that match wasn't great. Then getting a lot of great heel promo work in Europe, which the crowd was just on fire. He was on fire. And then just the great matches that we got kind of at the end of the run with AJ Styles, with Logan Paul, with Cody Rhodes, with Dom Mysterio.
Come back up later.
Yeah, I mean, these were all, really good. And, we even talked about it, John Cena's the pressure test for if the company is invested in somebody, but the fans have not bought in yet. They're like, all right, let's see what they do when John Cena rips them apart. Let's see how they respond. And again, so much great, if we want to call them war of words, right? So many great war of words came out of this run. The Cody Rhodes war of words was great. The Logan Paul war of words was great, and arguably got him to the other side of, where he's at with the vision. So I'm all about the run. This is not your typical, Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels. Oh, we're going to put the career, on the line. John Cena told us, hey, this is my last year. These are the last dates. Just kind of fill them in. We didn't need this whole like, oh, you already told us you're going to retire, but then we also want you to put your career on the line. Like, there was no real way to do that. This was a very like Derek Jeter way of doing a retirement run, where it's like, okay, how can we showcase this person as many times in the final year in the best way possible, as opposed to, needing to stay very strict to some storyline. So I don't know that I would give it a full F. I think the one thing that they truly fumbled with the retirement tour was not closing the Rock story.
Yeah.
They said they did this whole thing and then just never paid it off. And there were so many moments where all we needed was the Rock to show up. All we needed was just an appearance. All we needed was a vignette, dude. We don't even need you to show up. We could have just filmed it from your house.
You could have.
But the fact that we didn't get that was quite a bummer. So that's why it won't get an A for me. But I'd probably give it a B plus.
I'll give it a B minus, just because that did hurt me. I hate unfinished storylines. It gives the non-believers something to pick at us about,
Yeah, and the heel storyline was quite underdeveloped and very just like the way that he just magically turned back was like,
right. Almost admitting they messed up. I almost liked them being like, yeah, reverse it. Just forget that happened. Mm-hmm. They realized it was
because the original plan was they were going to do a Travis Scott.
Yeah. He bailed. Right?
Travis Scott, Logan Paul, John Cena. They were going to do some sort of like 6-man tag, and he bailed.
That's unfortunate. Could have been, But you know
Yeah.
what we do have control over? It's the Spandies time. It's time to talk about all our favorite categories, all our favorite moments. We got some great categories for you. How about we start with what was your favorite PLE of the year?
Ooh, great question. Favorite PLE of the year for me this year is going to be pretty much a no-brainer, and that's definitely going to be Elimination Chamber. To me, this had it all. We had the unsanctioned match with Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, which was just brutal. Again, those two, we know their history, we know how close they are. So to be able to perform together at such a high level, it was just um, another great chapter in their story as friends and enemies. Then looking at that Elimination Chamber, this was one of the most hyped I think we've been when you looked at the men's lineup for Chamber.
What a squad.
It was just absolutely stacked. And again, when you get people like Roman Reigns, CM Punk, some of these folks with all this intensity, because CM Punk hadn't been World Heavyweight Champ yet,
right?
And because Roman Reigns is like lingering, because Drew McIntyre is like he was in the match, I think, right? Yeah, Drew was in the match. Yeah, Seth, like there was just so much, like, same with the Royal Rumble. There was just so much like, ugh, I don't see any of these people being truly happy if they don't win. I mean, I know that this is a show,
right?
But this is like these people's last chance to main event WrestleMania for a title. So that was huge. And then in the women's match,
Pressure.
Kicking it off with the Jade return, attacking Naomi was just awesome with Bianca screaming in the chamber.
Oh my goodness, dude! I don't know how she's not in every major film that they would look for a WWE wrestler, because she knocked it out of the park. I felt her emotions when Jade's music hit.
And then the heel turn at the end. John Cena turns heel. Huge moment. The Rock. So for me, Elimination Chamber, really had it all.
It had everything that we wanted WrestleMania to be. So I agree with you. My PLE was Elimination Chamber. Jade returning, Naomi, the Cena heel turn. Enjoyed it all. It was everything we wished WrestleMania was. We wanted that Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn match to be at WrestleMania. We wanted a lot of this to happen at Mania. But Elimination Chamber gave us everything. And then it kind of dipped there. But it's close second. Since you picked Elimination Chamber, I will go with Money in the Bank. I enjoyed Money in the Bank as well. Naomi getting that win, Seth getting the win, the Becky Lyra, that was probably the best that feud was. And we even had the Dom versus Octagon Jr. from the AAA event, that carryover. So that was nice to show us that they were going to care about these. They were going to care about AAA basically. So yeah, close second is Money in the Bank.
Love Money in the Bank. They're actually moving Money in the Bank this year too. I think September. Okay. I think it's happening much later. Normally it happened like right after Mania. It would go like Backlash, Money in the Bank, I believe. It's after SummerSlam this year.
Oh, a little mixing it around, huh? Okay. All right, well, next up we have Luchador of the Year. I'm going to go with El Grande Americano. I have loved every second of this storyline. I enjoyed it when it was allegedly Chad Gable. I have loved it since it's allegedly been Ludwig Kaiser. I love that he has two cronies now. Rumor is Mr. Gable's going to make a return around Royal Rumble, so I hope we get a face Americano and a heel Grande, and they get here for it.
I like that. El Grande Americano has been very fun the entire time. But for me, Luchador of the Year, no brainer, Dominic Mysterio.
Oh, there you go.
Just an unbelievable year, truly, for Dominic Mysterio. That huge win at WrestleMania, winning the
Where he broke
Intercontinental
character for a little
title.
bit. He got to be a face
Yeah.
for a split second.
Truly a huge moment for him. And just the feud with Cena. He's two-time Intercontinental Champion this year. He's gone to AAA, was the AAA champion. I mean, how do you not? How does that not constitute, Luchador of the Year? He's the crossover, Luchador star that his father was. So I have to go Dirty Dominic Mysterio as King of the Luchadors.
Next up, this was kind of a down year for the amount of factions, so not too many to pull from. But who was your faction of the year?
Oh, again, faction of the year. No brainer. Let's go into the Vision.
The Vision.
The Vision was just came on very, very strong, very hot. And for having only been around for 3 out of the 4 quarters of the year, having lost its leadership, in the middle.
A change in management, if you will.
But again, I think the Vision has made some uninteresting people pretty interesting. People were uninterested in Bronson Reed. People are now interested. People were uninterested in Austin Theory. People are now interested. People were uninterested in Logan Paul. People are now interested. And a lot of folks that needed to be seen in that, main event light are now getting that opportunity. And to your point, I think the Vision has been, instrumental in giving new talent the opportunity to get time on the show. So, yeah, I'm going the Vision, and I think that they are going to be around for a while, especially when you look at how the Judgment Day has been treated and some of these other factions. I definitely see the Vision being protected for, because back in the day, like factions like Evolution, they only were around for a year, and then they broke them up. Like they didn't. When you look at the Judgment Day, how long that story's been going.
That's my whole thing, man, is I wanted to pull the trigger on Judgment Day, but they had too many lows throughout the year, Like I love Finn Balor, I love Dom, I love Liv returning. Like that was a fantastic moment. But they have set up this Vision to be nothing but winners. This is now Braun Breaker's group. They made that very clear last night on the last Raw of 2025. The Vision came out to Braun's music, to Braun's Titantron. He was in front. I mean, they got a squad of killers around him. Logan Paul. The good thing about the Vision is they kind of all need each other. They're all stars, but they are way stronger together. Mm-hmm. Austin Theory is way more interesting with this group. Bronson Reed, way more interesting with this group. Logan Paul, I didn't get that at first, but if this is the future, it makes sense. So all of these guys add to this group, and it just makes sense. I enjoy watching it. I enjoy the storyline. I enjoyed Braun's promo. I thought he was going to kind of crumble a little bit to CM Punk. I thought this was going to be a Roman Cena situation again, but he stood toe-to-toe with the guy. If anything, he might have won a little bit. I don't know. I know CM Punk fans are going to come after me on that one, but
no, CM Punk definitely won that promo, and Braun does a good job. Much better than Maxine Dupree.
Hey! I enjoyed her promo. Okay, I enjoyed her promo.
And we all know which promo you're talking about.
I thought she did great last night. She was calm, cool, and collected.
Oh, goodness. Well, I don't want to use this opportunity to...
That's fair.
Yeah. I can't believe Maxine Dupree's name even got brought up in the Spandies.
Indeed. Yeah. She has not won any awards. I just want that clear. All right?
Yeah.
NXT Wrestler of the Year.
Mm-hmm. For me, it's Obafemi.
Oba, the ruler.
Big year for Obafemi. Basically ran NXT as the NXT champion for most of the year. Had that big match at the end of the year against Cody Rhodes on Saturday night's main event. John Cena's retirement. He's over. You hear him come out. The crowd is chanting. And he's just a big dude, you know. He reminds me of the Bobby Lashley. Yeah, but there's elements of that need to go away and make him like not totally scary. Like, can you imagine if Brock Lesnar came out like vibing to a song? You know what I mean? It's that if he really wants to be seen as like a beast, the way that they probably really do want to position him as, um, dancing's gonna have to go, for sure. But again, he's got a good thing going. The crowd loves it. They're on board. It seems truly authentic to him.
Well,
So
to me, it's got the Moose vibes about it, you know, like Moose. Like that still works, and he's still seen as like a monster, you know. So I
yeah,
enjoy the
true.
dancing. I enjoy it adds to his character. Like he's almost like, I'm gonna kick your ass. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
I
true.
love
It is
I love
true.
everything about it. But my NXT wrestler of the year is in the picture with your NXT wrestler holding the microphone, actually, and that is Javon Evans. He's bouncy. Love this dude,
Very
man. Love
bouncy.
everything about him. He's a North Carolina boy. Love that. So young, got so many. He's not even hit his near his ceiling yet, and I'm so excited about it. Sprinkling in the main roster, he always puts on a great show. He's got a great personality. He's charismatic. He already gets it. He's been a fan his whole life. I just can't wait to see what this guy achieves. Close second is Kalani Jordan, though. I do love everything they've done with her, being the TNA champion to the whole being Team TNA when they were fighting each other. I've enjoyed, and she can go in the ring. All right. Next up on the 2025 Spandies, we have your favorite title run. Mine personally was Dirty Dom's IC title run before the Cena loss. You know, he hadn't really been able to do too much since he's regained it from Cena. Good news is he's not going to be out too long with the shoulder, so that's awesome. But I enjoyed Dirty Dom's because you got Cody's title run, you got Seth's title run that kind of didn't even get going before it got going, and I just think Dom's been the most consistent. When they were doing that little run where he had old Papa tendencies, old Eddie Guerrero tendencies, I enjoyed it, and I hope they get to go back to that.
Yeah, I'm going Dominic Mysterio as well as Intercontinental Champion. You know, when he first won the title and he said, "Oh, I'm going to be the greatest Intercontinental Champion," I was like, "Nah, I'm believing it. I'm believing it. The belt looks good on him. It's very classic." Yeah, I'm going Dirty Dom, IC title.
Yeah, get well soon, Dom. We need you back, man. I was a little bummed out, because you get the U.S. Open title. I was like, we need something equivalent to the IC title, but him being a heel and barely defending it almost adds to it at this point. So I'm not mad at it. I enjoyed when he was doing that whole angle where he was hurt and he wasn't really hurt, and Pierce was like, "You got one more day, and then I'm making you fight somebody." So he can do no wrong in my eyes, man. And then the AAA stuff, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
The 2025 Spandies brought to you by the Spandex StandUps. We have Feud of the Year. Who you got?
There weren't too many feuds this year, so this one was a bit challenging for me. But if I have to pick one feud that I felt like we saw the entire year and that really stuck with us, I'm going to go Asuka and Io. They went back and forth, started as friends, enemies, Kyrie in the middle. It's still going on. It's led to Io and Rhea becoming like some super team that feels like they're in love with each other. Something feels weird. In any case, that seems to me to be the feud of the year. And I don't feel good about this pick, but I just can't think of another more like prevalent feud. Drew and Cody just didn't do it for me.
It didn't get going from I'm enjoying it now. Like I'm looking forward to the 3 stages of hell. It just took so long to get there.
Yeah.
Like it feels like it's been a year-long feud and we've only had it for a little bit. It just feels like it's been dragging out and they haven't really got going. So I don't know what they're doing with that, but I am excited. But after the 3 stages of hell, just go away. Do not talk to each other. It's like they keep teasing Roman and Brock again, and I'm like, don't you do that? Don't you do that to us?
I mean, I would love it if we went into Mania with Braun as World Heavyweight Champion and Drew as WWE Champion.
Yes, please. Sign me up. Where's the petition to get that in front of Triple H? Let's go.
I mean, we're changing every other title. Why not change those?
Switch it up. Switch it up. I agree with you, though. I had trouble picking a feud of the year. Like you said, not that many to go on. So I'm going to pick a feud that was short-lived, but I just enjoyed. So my favorite feud of the year was Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed for the whole tribal thief, the Shula Falu. I just thought it was just the best in every way possible. You got to see Roman Reigns, kind of get picked on a little bit. You didn't really see Roman get bullied since he's been the tribal chief. So it gave him something productive to do to come back and then get written off and then come back and then get written off. So I enjoyed it. It elevated Bronson Reed, and I am thoroughly enjoyed that feud. All right, it is one of I'm a sucker for a good old tag team. So tell me, who was your tag team of the year?
Tag team of the year going to come out of left field because not really a tag team, but I'm going Charlotte and Alexa.
That's my tag
Very
team.
Fun.
Look at that. So we're tag teams right here, picking the same tag team. Look at that. Look at that.
It was definitely needed for both of them. When you look at the Royal Rumble, did not go the way that Charlotte wanted. The reaction was not there for her.
I hadn't seen a reaction like that since Batista won it when Daniel Bryan was supposed to.
Her WrestleMania match with Tiffany Stratton was just okay.
And a disaster leading up to it.
Mm-hmm.
PR nightmare.
And there was just a lot of uncertainty with, did Charlotte age out? Are the fans just rejecting her? And I think that still remains to be seen. However, she bought herself a little bit of time with this tag team.
I love it, man. I love we're not friends, we're tag team partners. That whole part build up to it. Now they're besties. Being on the same team for War Games, got Charlotte in War Games. Didn't think we were going to see that at this point in her career. I love everything Alexa does. And it wasn't. We all assumed Alexa was going to be tied up with the Wyatt Six, and I'm glad they didn't immediately go to that. This has been way more entertaining than just putting her with Nikki Cross and just going. I do hate it because Nikki seems like she has nothing to do. She's just been around while they attack people. But I'm glad they didn't immediately pull that trigger. I'm sure we'll dabble at some point, but they didn't go to the obvious choice like they unfortunately do sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this might be the segment I was looking forward to the most because I can't wait to hear your opinion of it. It's match of the year time, and I think my favorite because I can't stop talking about it. It's John Cena, AJ Styles, Crown Jewel. Just from the get-go, when John snuck in that special intro for AJ, I was tearing up, man. I was like, did he really just do this for AJ? That is awesome, man. I loved every second of it. The moves, the tributes, the everything. AJ wearing his old trunks, the whole shebang. We had some fun matches to choose from. The men's elimination chamber was up there. The tag team TLC at SummerSlam. Io, Rhea, Naomi. Io, Rhea, Bianca. So many great matches throughout the year. But nothing made me feel all the emotions of being a wrestling fan like Cena versus AJ Styles.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair to say. I think when you look at that was the most meaningful match of the year. That was the match that, I rewatched it recently, and it was great. I really enjoyed it. I also have to throw Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes in there, Royal Rumble, the ladder match. I thought that was just a great match with some great spots. They're both insane for what they put themselves through in that match. So if I'm going to go with what is match of the year from that like CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Hell in a Cell perspective, I'm going to go KO Cody Rhodes. But if I'm going to go like, what's the match of the year, like Cody beating Roman WrestleMania 40, I think I'm going AJ John Cena. That's the match that did that for me.
I wholeheartedly forgot about the KO Cody because I think that I'm just so bummed about us not having KO that I can't fully enjoy that match, because those spots he took, man. Side note, how do you fit? Did you read what William Regal put out into the world that the wrestling world a buzz? I mean, he's just trying to be helpful. He wasn't trying to be a jerk, but that way. I enjoyed Kenny Omega's response. I thought he had the best one where he was like, "Look, man, he's right." So, it is authority figure of the year time.
That's a tough one. I got to go Paul Heyman, the wise man.
Ooh, the wise man.
I mean, this guy seems to be able to broker any deal. He understands, he's like he's out here figuring all the loopholes out to everything, and again, he's running a tight ship. He's been running
a tight ship. He had Roman actually appearing on TV. He had CM Punk get back to the top of his game, and now he's leading the new school. Great pick.
He's hooking his guy Braun Breaker up with a title match next week in Brooklyn. So
I would like to see maybe like somebody go after the tag titles now that the Usos have it. Like two of those guys from the division getting in that. That's good, man. Great pick with Paul Heyman. I love Adam Pearce. I think he has done a great job keeping Raw afloat. The beginning of the year when he had the back and forth with Chelsea Green every week, that was just so entertaining to just every week Paul giving him a hard time. I think Adam Pearce has leveled up acting. Like, yeah, he gets cheesy and over the top, but I like it. I like when he does that, man. He sells it out of the ring. Him and it's great, man. Nick is doing a great job too, but I just think Adam edged it out this year as far as GMs go. All right, this category is comeback of the year. I loved Alexa Bliss. I'm going to admit I marked out, jaw hit the floor. I bought that contract dispute crap online, hook, line, and sinker. So when Alexa Bliss returned at the Royal Rumble, your boy marked out when that music hit. What about you? What's your comeback of the year?
Oh, gosh. I mean, probably the most surprising comeback in WWE history. Well, second, because of the timing. We didn't know if it would happen. But I'm going Brock Lesnar, SummerSlam. Totally surprised at the end of a great match, a great night. Was not expecting to hear his music hit, and when it did, the crowd just lost their mind. And that's
one of the best comeback musics. When that hits, people lose.
And that's just what it's about, is those moments. That's what makes pro wrestling different from every other show, every other sport, is just the ability to surprise 80,000 people and just like then capture the reaction. So yeah, to me, Brock Lesnar was the biggest surprise, both because of the legal implications surrounding it, as well as how it was executed.
Fair enough. I like it. All right, it is that time where we crown our wrestler of the year. We'll do female wrestler first. I looked back at last year and we broke it down to Raw and SmackDown, but since they don't really have boundaries anymore, we're just going to do female and male this year. But last year for the female, you did Nia Jax and Liv Morgan, and I did Chelsea Green and Zelina Vega. So just to show you what times have changed over the year. So
I gave Nia Jax the time. Hey, she
was crushing on SmackDown.
She was crushing it last year. Yeah,
last year. Who is your female wrestler of 2025?
My female wrestler 2025 is going to Stephanie Vicaire.
La Primera.
I mean, made an epic debut. Well, she was in NXT, right? What champion was she in
Double champ.
NXT?
Double champ.
Double champ in NXT. Comes to main roster. Immediately, um, makes an impact. Wins Queen of the Ring. Wins World Heavyweight Championship. Already enters into a good feud with Nikki Bella, and just has great match after great match after great match. Just the way that they positioned her, right? Very much Gunther like, oh yeah, we're no one's questioning this.
Right.
So for
just
me,
a winner, like you just expect them to win. It's like Cena and Roman at their height. When they're in a match, they're gonna get the dub.
So I'm going Stephanie Berke.
I love Stephanie Berke, so I'm so glad you picked her. I'm hyped about that. I'm hyped about her future. My female wrestler of 2025 was Miss Consistency. Her feuds with Rhea, Naomi, Bianca, and then her teaming with Rhea. Gotta go Io Sky. She just always shows out at War Games. She just was always at the top of the card. She had a run as a champ. I thoroughly enjoyed everything Io Sky has done this year.
Good pick.
Yeah, I mean, I love she even had her own trash can in War Games because they knew what was coming. Love to see it. It's like Kofi doing a crazy Royal Rumble. You know it's coming, but how are they going to pull it off this year? Love it. All right, male wrestler of the year time. Last year you picked Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre. Great choices. And I picked LA Knight and main event Jey Uso. I wish we could sit here and say LA Knight again, but we all know the year my guy had. So I'm going to go, because I didn't pick him for Luchador of the year, even though he is king of the Luchadors. I just think my man Dirty Dom had the year as a male wrestler. Just IC title picture, his moment at Mania, the just turmoil he has caused within his own faction, the will he won't he with Finn all year, the dodging of Penta and AJ Styles, just the constant tributes to Eddie Guerrero. Every time Dirty Dom has been on the TV, I've been entertained, and I've watched Triple AI because of him. I think it's fantastic. His work has been top notch, and it showed, because he was out there so much, he ended up getting hurt. So recovery for my wrestler of the year, Dirty Dom.
Nice. My wrestler of the year, male wrestler of the year, is going to CM Punk. Year started off huge with Raw's debut on Netflix. CM Punk main eventing that. Huge moment for him. Then huge spots at the Royal Rumble. Huge spots at Elimination Chamber. And, when you watch Unreal and you see some of the suggestions that he offered for that Elimination Chamber match, you're like, oh yeah, this is good. Then did what he always wanted to do. Climb the mountain. Main evented WrestleMania. Huge moment. Then goes on to SummerSlam to win World Heavyweight Champion. He's a 2-time World Heavyweight Champion this year.
At least
that's a huge.
He kept this one this time. That's nice.
He got to keep it, but again, it was a great match, and then kind of a huge moment that he was a part of with the cash in. I think it's getting cashed in on is almost as impressive as doing the cash in, right? Yeah. Like it's I mean, and he played it so well. I mean, it was perfect
in those moments, It
was perfect. Then he was part of the AJ Lee return, did the match at WrestlePalooza. Again, big moment. Then pretty much gets his own Saturday night's main event where he wins the title. Huge moment.
Huge moment.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that, if you look at all of the big moments this year, who's the person that they've kind of put in all of them.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's just playing well with others right now. So
I will give you that, man. He had such a good year that he is making me appreciate CM Punk again. I'm right back there, summer of Punk, when I actually was a Punk fan.
mm-hmm.
So I this run is making me become a Punk fan again. So didn't think it was going to happen. Thought I was going to be bitter this whole time. But no, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I mean they've trusted him with so many massive moments this year. And I'm not talking about like matches. I'm talking about like very specific moments that need to go a very specific way. And you only give that to your top person.
No
You only
doubt.
give those to your top people.
He's there to take the torch, him and Cody, for the time being, at least. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, that was our recap of 2025. That was the 2025 Spandies. Who you pulling for? Whose team? Who's Evan throwing his fanship behind headed into 2026?
Oh well, I let's just say a prayer for our friend Braun Breaker. Let's just hope all this momentum they're pushing behind him doesn't push him off a cliff. He has a bright future ahead of him if they just don't move too fast. So I'm rooting for Braun Breaker in a major way. But this year, would love to see more from Penta. Would love to see Chad Gable return. Would love to see LA Knight finally get something.
Please,
And we got.
God, let LA Knight get something.
I mean, we got to figure out what we're going to do with LA Knight and Sami Zayn and just a few of these folks that are clearly about to get left behind when you look at Javon Evans and Obafemi and some of these folks.
If they don't get their moment, it's never going to happen. So
exactly, because I mean the division is changing and it's not changing in their direction.
Nah, the new guard is coming in, and I don't think they're going to fumble it.
I'm also
going to hit the ground running. I think Oba's going to be great. Javon, that's a no-brainer. So I'm excited about this new crop of people.
I'd also love for Roman Reigns to finally get back involved in like a real meaningful storyline of sorts. Like I know that your feud of the year was Bronson Reed, and
so they can write
him off. So they can write him off. But I know that you're like, to me, Roman Reigns is so much better than just what he did with Bronson Reed this year.
and that was more of a commentary on the fact we didn't have those memorable feuds.
Yeah, totally.
So I agree with you. Not that Bronson's below him, but Roman's better than that.
I want the old bloodline to reassemble. Like I want, bring us back some of this stuff, right? Like there's a lot that's kind of just floating around, and they're definitely experimenting with a lot. But it's like just return us to some good old fashioned stuff.
Yeah, the tried and true work sometimes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's awesome, man. I'm hoping Dirty Dom gets a quick return. I hope we get a little Dirty Dom in the main event scene. Toss that around, see what that feels like. Give us a little dabble. I really want him to focus on this new breed, the new crop coming in. I want him to not fumble that bag. But it's so far so good. Trick Williams is on my screen. Obafemi's on my screen. So I'm Solruka. Fantastic, so I'm super excited about the future, super excited about the youngins, and we got a great roster. They're still holding on to the legends, the living legends, but letting the new crop breathe too. I love that the whole mid-card scene is the newbies. Say what you will about Maxine Dupree, but they're doing better things than I thought they would do with her. So
yeah, she needs to work on her acting.
Yeah, that's fair. She's trying to be menacing, man. Let her be. Let her be menacing, Max Dupree. I think.
Yeah,
I
don't know what happened there.
They'll figure it out. I love Becky Lynch's Trump though. That is the nicknames. The I didn't say it. They said it. I didn't say it. Nope. Chef's kiss. So I'm excited about the women's division. NXT's got some, we're talking about the new breed for the dudes. The ladies up next are tremendous. So 2026 is going to be great. Just please don't fumble WrestleMania this year. I know we already got to take an L in Royal Rumble with it being in Saudi Arabia. Just please, road to WrestleMania the crap out of us this year. All right? That's all I ask. That's all I ask. That is it from us. This is a wrap on 2025 with the Spandex StandUps. Evan, thank you so much for joining me this year. 2026 is going to be fantastic. I appreciate you. I appreciate y'all, our Spandex community. We'll see you next year.